Hi, Kate. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I wanted to welcome you to the Bold Broads interview and ask you to, first of all, thank you for being the first and for agreeing to do this. I'm so excited. I knew the second I met you that you would be the perfect kickoff to the Bold Broads interview because of your passion for bold women.
Thank
Will
you.
you introduce yourself to us in a few sentences?
I will. I was a global marketing professional for about 200 years. And now I have turned to a very passionate gender equality activist and author.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
Where in the world do you live?
I live in Seattle, Washington right now.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
So, launching into the first of our questions, what makes somebody bold?
Gosh, when I saw this, I looked at this and I think following your heart makes you bold. I think that we try and complicate it often, but really, bold is everyone has their own definition of bold. And I think bold comes in giant, huge acts, and bold comes with getting out of bed every morning. It really is it's all those things.
Right? So what makes you
Yeah.
bold?
What makes me bold? Again, I think about these questions and I think, oh, I think as I look back at my life and my career, the things that have made me bold is just trying, the willingness to try. And it's showing up and the willingness to take that step out of my comfort zone. And I have always had, like so many of us do, have the internal voice that says, you can't possibly do this. What are you doing? What are you? And I've just been able to, say, okay, well, I may fall, but here I go. And so I think that is really the secret to my bold is, or it's complete ignorance that I may fall and whatever. It's one of the two.
Ignorance or lack of fear, right? It's you can pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get right back on the horse. So
That's it. Yeah, that's
so
it.
what is the boldest thing that you've ever done?
Oh my gosh. So, I think about this. There's a couple really moments in my life where I have been bold. And one of them was very early on, and hopefully, your audience is old and they can take this because I had a job and I had bought a car before I had a driver's license, and I drove myself to get my driver's license. And so that was the start, I think, seriously,
Awesome.
kind of law breaking, but bold thing because I, was ready and I, took the test, I passed it, and I got away with it. The next big bold thing I did was pick Seattle on a map. I am from the southeast of the U.S., like deep south. Went to school for a while in Colorado, and I picked Seattle on a map and moved here.
Was it the end
I
of the earth? Was it the end of the earth then?
It was the end of the earth then, but I was very set on creating a life of my own. And this was a really good place to do it. And I thought, I'm going to go there because it was not a huge city, it was a growing city. And so I did that. I then talked my husband years later into quitting his job and moving to the Middle East with me 26 years ago to take care of our baby and so I could work.
Awesome.
Uh-huh.
I call that
And
bold
then
influence, you know?
yeah, and then the last thing I did, I think that I kind of in my mind now is I am a 2018 college graduate. So I had a career and a life and I went back to school and it was super hard because I had had a career and I thought, why would I need this? But I finished school.
That's great. Did you do it full time?
I didn't have very much to go. But a lot of people said, why are you doing that? And I thought it was something on my bucket list that I just never, I ran off and got married, and I've been married for 33 years to the same guy that I ran off with. But it was time. And it was something that I personally wanted to do. And I felt compelled to do it. And, it was a time in my life where I was setting an example for my children And I just felt like this was something I have always felt bad about, and my internal voice has always said, gosh, you couldn't finish that, so I went and finished it.
That's so fantastic. There's people watching who don't know this about you, but without the college degree, you had an incredibly successful career at Microsoft, and are doing incredible things. And I want to give you a chance at the end of our conversation to talk about one of the incredible things you're doing right now. But it's
Okay.
especially inspiring, Kate, for myself, and I know for lots of other women, what you were able to accomplish without a college degree, which speaks to your boldness and your resilience and really is incredible. So thanks for that inspiration. That's pretty awesome.
Sure.
Pretty awesome. So, what is something bold that you want to do but you haven't done yet?
Gosh, that is a really hard thing because, I am a terrible planner, and I will just say, if short term and my calendar, I'm all about that planning, but life planning, I am very opportunistic, and I sort of I look for opportunities, and it works out for me, and I sort of jump in with both feet, and so I have recently sort of reinvented myself again, and I think I never imagined, again, a recent college graduate, I just wrote a book. And that was a bold thing that I wanted to do. And what was I going to do? That was never a plan. It's so scary. And, because it is really putting my life on the line. And so I've done that. And I was trying to think, if you had asked me this 6 months ago, that would be the bold thing that I was about to do. And now I just don't know. I'm curious of what opportunity is going to give me to be bold. And I think, I am very open to those opportunities, which is how I've conducted certainly my professional life. And so I'm open, and I'm not sure. I've been so fortunate to have great experiences, and I don't know.
Awesome. Well, boldly opportunistic. I love it. It's a good thing.
Yes.
It's a good thing. So, what's your advice for someone who wants to be bold?
Do it. I mean, there is no standard to, what qualifies. And I think that that's a really key message to, I tell myself that all the time because, being bold, as I said, comes in all kinds of forms. And being bold can be giant steps. Being bold can also be speaking up at a meeting. Being bold can be sending an email to someone. Being bold can be not speaking up. I think that it is really contextual. And I think, to me, it's really about getting out of your comfort zone and being authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do lots of things that are out of my comfort zone, but I have to follow my heart. And again, I think that that is the essence of being bold, no matter how you define it. We tend to let others define a bold move for us. They say,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, that would be incredible. And then you think, oh, but I could never do that. And if you're true to your heart and you say, gosh, being bold to me is actually going to the gym because I'm embarrassed or I don't like it, or being bold to me is, joining a conversation with people that I don't agree with, or listening to a conversation and letting that go versus speaking. And so, to me, I think that women, especially women, we need to be honest with ourselves and really define our own bold. And the last thing I would say about that is I think that that evolves over time too. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very situational because there are times where, I think, "Ugh, I've done this 100 times. And, how do I change my behavior for this? Because in my heart, I know better and I'm not going to do something, or I am." And I think that that's a really, thoughtful, it's knowing yourself. And I think it's showing up as that person is very hard, and that is a bold move no matter what that is.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a
Mhm.
boldness in being authentic to who you are,
Yeah,
whatever that is. I love that.
it's super scary too. I mean, gosh,
Yeah,
we have our faces.
no question. No
Mhm.
question. So, what is the best way for people to be in touch with you, Kate?
So a couple of different things. I'm on LinkedIn, and I love LinkedIn, and I usually answer pretty quickly there. And I also I host International Women's Day in Seattle, and a big event at Benaroya Hall. And this is so exciting. It is our 5th anniversary this year of doing it. And so our website is Be Bold Now, and it's BBOLD now.com. And so I am absolutely, available there, and it's a good place. We try and tie a lot of my personal stuff into that with press and contacts, and so you can absolutely see what's going on there. We have lots of social pages for that, and I'm always, sort of monitoring those. And so those are great ways to get a hold of me.
And the date again for the International Women's Day is?
So our event is March 5th, 2020.
Mhm.
And International Women's Day is like Christmas. It comes every year, March 8th. And so keep that in the back of your mind. We're the Thursday before that. And, I would also just say to all, women everywhere that, this is a really important year. 2020 is an important year. Besides what's happening in our modern society, it is the 100th year of the 19th Amendment, which
Whoa,
allowed us to vote. And the essence of International Women's Day is to recognize and celebrate women, our contributions, and acknowledge what the role we play in society. And it is across the board. It's social, it's economic, it's education, it's everything. And really it's a call to parity. And so I would encourage everyone to sort of, you know, get involved this year. It's the 100th year when we were legally given the right to be involved. And so speak up.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I can honestly, my very first time attending your International Women's Day event was last year, and I've told you this before, that it was really transformative for me. I feel like I have a heightened consciousness to women's issues anyway, but I found such an incredible inspiration from the women, real diversity of women, diversity of experiences, and the impact that the women that you've chosen to be spokespeople on that day make in the world is incredible. So special plug for that as well. And I'll be there and looking forward to that as well.
Gosh, thank you so much. It's so important. I would say one other thing about it is the way we are going to move forward in society is together, women and men. Is, bring us together as standing up and being equal and recognizing how we do that and pulling our allies with us. And so I love to hear that. And thank you for that. And I hope everyone comes.
Wonderful. Well, Kate, I knew that this was the perfect way to start off the series. I'm so honored that you joined us. And I really can't wait to share this with the women on the Bold Broads channel. So thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.